Dr. Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik, was quite a comical character within the premature ages of Sonic media, especially more so in the cartoons like Sat.AM, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Underground. And yes, that was to be expected considering they were all Saturday morning cartoons for children. By the time Sonic Adventure had rolled around, Eggman's representation had seen a small change through his voice actor at the time and the music that would accompany him. And I would even go as far to argue that Eggman's representation has seen an even bigger change with the way he is portrayed in the movies, but more on that later in the video. The problem though is that Eggman is supposed to be a threatening presence when he appears in the games, but to me he isn't. In fact, I would honestly say he's anything but threatening. He's just a joke, a character to point and laugh at when Sonic and his friends manage to defeat him. In 2006 we got Sonic... Wait a minute, you thought I was actually going to say its name? Nah. In 2006 we got Sonic Next Gen, the new generation of Sonic. In this game, Eggman actually felt threatening, at least to me, especially with the opening cutscene and him blowing stuff up during the Soliana festival. He actually feels like a threat. This is hammered home by the theme song for this game, theme of Dr. Eggman. This music makes him feel like he's a devil, a titan should I say. This soundtrack makes him actually seem like a villain who is tyrannical and has done evil things like destroying worlds, turning animals into robots. The overall mood of the theme is dark and imposing, fitting for a character who is a constant threat to the protagonists. The tempo is generally moderate and fast, which helps maintain a sense of urgency and action. The minor keys and dissonant intervals provide a dark, villainous tone, while the playful, whimsical undertones capture Eggman's grotesque characterization. This duality is crucial in portraying Eggman as both a serious adversary and a character with a threatening personality. I think the best thing about this theme is also that it's not just used once within the game, it's used for each scene where he appears, and it's not just the same version every time, but every time it's used, I think it's menacing, and I would argue it's way more menacing and less comical than quite frankly the silly theme that is I Am the Eggman. But oh my god, can I just take a minute to talk about the music that plays during Egg Cerberus and Egg Genesis, as well as the version that plays during Egg Wyvern? The theme of Dr. Eggman has to be the best Eggman theme, especially considering they brought it back for Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Colors, hell it was even used in an episode of Sonic Boom. That's also what makes it the defining Eggman theme, for me personally that is. I call it the defining Eggman theme because it's used for the character more than once. Unlike I Am the Eggman, which was used, I think it was used for Sonic Adventure 1, it was definitely used for Sonic Adventure 2, and I know it was used for Shadow the Hedgehog 2005. But for me personally, the theme of Dr. Eggman from Sonic 06 has to be the defining Eggman theme, because it complements the character really well. I say this because the theme accurately depicts what Eggman should be, an intimidating villain who brings terror to people at the mere mention of his name, just like the Daleks from Doctor Who. To that I'd also say it has some emotional impact, ranging from tension and menace to excitement and anticipation. It makes encounters with Eggman more dramatic and engaging. Also, one of the best things about his theme in this game is it's almost instantly recognisable, and I would say that it's rememberable. You hear this song in the Sonic title and immediately you know Eggman is back at his usual shenanigans. Shenanigans that don't include building theme parks. I am looking at you, Sonic Colors. I mean, fine, I guess I'll crack. Eggman Land in Sonic Colors isn't that bad, but Sonic Unleashed did it better. At the start of the video, I mentioned Movie Robotnik, because I'd even go as far to say that Eggman's theme in 06 inspired the soundtrack for the character that appears in the movies. It's not all there, but I would definitely say that Eggman's theme in the movies does definitely take notes from the themes in the games, more so his 06 theme. And people say that Junkie XL does not care about the movies and games, eh? Stop lying to yourself. Anyway, I do feel like Robotnik in the movies is definitely a brilliant way to introduce new audiences to Eggman. Not only because it's Jim Carrey, but also because whilst Jim Carrey does add a side of comedy to Robotnik,
Is he still looking at me funny?
Yes, he is.
Tell him to stop or I'll pull up his search history.
there is also a side that is actually quite menacing and brutal, like the way he tries to kill Sonic, Tom and Maddie by stamping on them. Yeah, that's dark. Probably darker than Mario getting shot. The theme of Dr. Eggman is definitely the defining Eggman theme, because it captures the essence of the character in a musically rich, memorable and emotionally impactful way. It stands out as a sophisticated and iconic representation of one of gaming's most recognisable villains. It captures Eggman's personality way more than I Am the Eggman does, and is definitely less comical and silly than that quite frankly stupid theme song he has in the cartoons. But that's the cartoon music, so I will cut it some slack. Also, this design is just Stupid. But what do you think? Does Eggman even have a defining theme song? Do you agree with my points in this video, or do you think there's other better Eggman themes? Let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is the first video you've seen by me and you want to see more videos like Sonic trailer breakdowns, game reviews, occasional Sonic news, then do feel free to hit the like button and subscribe, because most of the time, if I find something interesting like the meaning behind a particular Sonic song, I will probably end up covering it. Also be sure to check out my Ko-fi page. For $10 you can commission me to make renders of Sonic characters like Sonic, Silver, Shadow and more. Since I don't make any money from making YouTube videos, donating or commissioning me is probably one of the best ways to support what I'm doing, and it is always greatly appreciated when someone does so. Also be sure to join our community Discord server. We have an extremely accepting small community full of people who are amazing and will accept whatever opinion you have. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment if you are interested in becoming a part of the discussion regarding the blue speed mouse. With all that said though, keep on speeding and have an absolutely fantastic day.